we've all been there, staring at that blank screen.
The blinking cursor.
Exactly. And you're trying to map out this perfect, complex prompt in your head. You have to plan the execution, the format, all of it before you even type a word.
It's incredibly stressful.
It is. And it's so inefficient. It basically forces you to become the operating system.
Well, the whole interface is moving away from that. It's shifting that entire intellectual burden. We're going from, asking you to be a prompt engineer to just letting you delegate work.
To a specialized AI teammate.
Yeah. The blank text box, as we know it, it's starting to die.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Our mission today is to give you a shortcut, really, to understanding this next wave of AI workflow. Our main source is a pretty massive recent leak about Claude's proposed agent mode. Yeah. And it signals a really fundamental shift in how we're going to interact with these systems.
And our mission for you is quick and thorough. So first, we're going to unpack these new delegation structures and some revolutionary tracking features that are coming. Then second, we'll dive into a really powerful, 5-minute framework for validating trends, high growth, low competition trends using a real-world example.
Hyrox.
The Hyrox fitness competition, yeah.
And then finally, we'll look at 2 seriously underrated tools, Krea and NotebookLM, and offer a clear tactical strategy for just moving past that initial vagueness and building something valuable. Okay, so let's unpack this shift. The big problem, as we said, is the blank text box.
Right.
It forces you to plan and structure and explain this whole complex task up front. It leads to what the source calls prompt paralysis, which I think is a perfect term.
Totally. The bottleneck was never the model's intelligence. It was just the sheer amount of work the interface made you do just to get started.
So this delegation model just flips that on its head.
It changes the relationship completely. The leak suggests AI is moving from being this, reactive answer machine to a dedicated delegated worker. You assign the work type first, then you give it the input.
So you're defining the shape of the output before you even start typing the details. You choose research or analyze or write.
Exactly. You're leveraging their internal strengths. So when you click research, you're not just asking a search query, you're handing off a predefined multi-step process for compiling sources and deep factual validation.
And the UI is splitting. It's going from that one conversation box to 5 core task categories. So there's research for the deep dives.
And then if you need to analyze, you click that button, and the agent knows immediately, okay, I need to compare data, look for patterns, maybe run a forecast.
And you define the output structure like a table or a graph before you even paste in the data.
Yeah. Then there's write mode, which is way more than just generating text. It supports specific formats.
Docs, slides, a spreadsheet.
And it has automatic citation support built right in, tying directly back to the sources it just researched for you.
And the last 2 are build for lightweight app development.
And do more for other autonomous things. But the point is, you don't write a 1,000-word mega prompt anymore. You just choose a workflow.
But the thing that really separates this, the mechanism that shifts user confidence, is the new visibility. You get 2 things. First, the progress tracker, a sidebar that literally shows the agent's current tasks in real time. You watch the AI work.
And that, combined with the context manager, which is this list of all the documents and sources the agent is actively using, that is crucial.
It gets rid of that nagging feeling, right? You're not wondering what the AI is thinking or if it's just making stuff up.
Exactly.
So if the AI is autonomous, how does this new mode increase the user's confidence in the output?
Well, seeing that real-time progress tracker in the context window, it just gives you visibility into the agent's actual workflow.
So it's building trust.
It builds trust and saves you the effort of being a prompt engineer.
That's a huge structural shift. And I mean, if this delegation mode saves us all this intellectual time on execution, where should we spend that time?
On spotting better opportunities.
Right, in the market.
Exactly. We need to pivot to validation.
Right.
How do you spot a real opportunity with momentum, not just noise? You don't need months of research.
You just need to realize that a trend usually whispers before it shouts.
That's it. So the process starts with what the source calls social signal detection. You're looking for repetition, not volume.
Repetition in short videos, comments.
Yeah, casual mentions. Where are people venting or sharing their passion over and over again without being prompted? The source points to the fitness competition, Hyrox.
Right.
It went from these niche gym conversations to being everywhere in short video content. That repetition, that's your first clue. Culture moves before the hard data does.
And once you hear that whisper, you move to the quick data check.
Yep. Use a tool like Perplexity to verify the interest fast. And the stats for Hyrox workout are pretty compelling. It's about 3.9 million monthly searches.
Which is up 266% year over year. That's huge.
It is, but the engagement metrics are even more startling. ClassPass saw a 506% increase in Hyrox class searches globally in the last year.
That velocity is just undeniable.
It really is.
So what's the biggest mistake people make when they spot a growing trend like that?
Oh, they try to build something massive and vague.
Instead of a narrow solution.
Instead of a narrow solution for a specific group's immediate painful struggle.
So you see this golden opportunity. Massive growth, low competition, probably a cheap cost per click.
A rare combo.
It's a signal to act, but the lesson is to build narrow. Don't try to build the next social network for Hyrox.
No, you ask, what is the one specific weekly struggle this group has? Do they need a training tracker? A specific gear guide, like best shoes for Hyrox?
Or an AI check-in buddy.
Something like that. You just respond to the existing obvious demand.
That focus on solving these narrow pain points and reducing friction, it leads us right to the creation tools themselves. If the agent is getting rid of prompt paralysis, what tools get rid of setup paralysis?
That's the real-time sync now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not bad prompts. It's tool hopping. It's exporting and relearning UIs.
Yeah.
So tool number one is Krea. That's Krea.AI. You can think of it as like the creative AI Swiss Army knife.
Okay.
It solves the integration problem. It bundles a bunch of strong models, Flux and Gemini for images, Runway and Luma for video, all into one workspace. You can stop juggling 5 different subscriptions.
And the game isn't just saving money on subs, it's about workflow velocity.
Right. If you need 10 variations of a social media ad with a logo, a little video clip, with Krea, it's one integrated process. The friction is just gone.
And tool number 2
is Google NotebookLM. A lot of people are using it for, basic summaries, but they are totally missing its most powerful feature, the slide generator.
How does it work? Like, give me a high-leverage scenario.
Okay. You upload a 50-page quarterly report, the CEO's unedited transcript from an earnings call, maybe a few competitive Intel PDFs. NotebookLM doesn't just summarize them one by one. It identifies the core arguments, structures them into a cohesive story, intro, problem, solution, and generates a ready-to-pitch slide deck.
Whoa. Okay, imagine scaling that. Going from a long transcript to a fully structured presentation in, what, minutes?
It's an insane leverage point.
That's incredible.
It completely reverses the normal workflow. Most tools want you to write everything, then design. NotebookLM takes your content, structures it, and then presents it back to you for polishing.
So beyond just getting faster output, what mindset does using these bundled tools encourage?
It really encourages using tools for speed first, then polishing somewhere else. It just cuts down drastically on the time you spend on that initial setup and planning. Which brings us from tools to high-level strategy. And let's start with a criminally simple startup idea from the source material, the digital hotel concierge.
Okay, what's the leverage here? And how does it connect back to delegation?
Well, the problem is repetitive human labor. Hotel staff waste hours every single day repeating the answers to the same simple questions.
Wi-Fi password, breakfast hours, checkout time.
All of it. The solution is a simple QR code in the room that leads to a no-app digital guest guide.
It handles the FAQs, has short walkthrough videos, local tips, all instantly.
And the value prop is simple. Staff time saved is money saved, and fewer basic complaints mean higher satisfaction scores.
And the business model.
It's designed to win. Low-friction SaaS, maybe $29 to $79 a month per property, plus affiliate revenue from booking local tours and restaurants.
It works because it solves a specific, repetitive pain point.
In a low-cost, clear way.
And that specificity is so important. Even with great tools like these, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself.
Oh, yeah?
Especially when I haven't clearly defined the target person I'm building for. It's so hard to start if your audience is vague.
This is exactly why the next strategic framework, the 1,000 people framework, is so powerful. Your goal is not millions of users. It's finding 1,000 very specific people with the exact same painful problem.
So step 1 is just radical specificity. You move from a vague term like founders
to something hyper-specific like Italian restaurant owners in mid-sized cities who lose money from online booking no-shows.
Now you can picture their day, their stress points, their budget.
Exactly. And once you have them, you research. You can simulate interviewing them, even use AI role-play agents to really understand their pain.
Then you ask the big question, the practical one. What would all 1,000 of these people happily pay $50 to $100 annually for without even thinking about it?
That price point is so crucial.
Why that number specifically?
Because that price bypasses 99% of internal procurement hurdles for a small business. A manager can just expense it. It's low enough for that, but high enough to feel valuable.
And if you can't answer that $100 question in one sentence, you aren't ready to build.
You're not. And then finally, step 4 is reach strategy clarity. You have to name the exact distribution channel, not just social media ads.
It's I'll email the 5,000 restaurant owners on Open Table in this region.
Or I'll post daily in these 2 specific Facebook groups. Distribution clarity beats product polish every single time.
So how does defining a specific $100 annual offer help the building process?
It just forces you to focus on solving a core, recognized pain point instead of building a collection of cool but ultimately vague features.
So let's bring this all together. We've covered a lot, but there are 2 massive takeaways for you today. First, the AI workflow is changing. It's moving from conversational input to structured delegation.
Using specialized agents with real-time tracking, the era of prompt engineering is ending.
And second, success in this new landscape is all about finding extreme clarity in who you serve.
Yeah, using frameworks like the 1,000 People framework and then validating their pain with quick data checks, just like we saw with the Hyrox trend.
The Claude leak is really just a preview of what's going to be table stakes across all platforms very soon. The real competition won't be about who has access to the best models. It's going to be about who moves the fastest and uses these delegation tools with the most clarity.
Absolutely. And that opportunity window to leverage this agent shift, it's shrinking. So if you understand these principles of structured delegation now, what complex workflow could you automate for yourself by this time next year?
That's the strategic question to think about. We really encourage you to test this agent mode mindset. Try running that 1,000 people exercise on a problem you're facing.
And try generating a quick slide deck in NotebookLM. Momentum comes from action.
We'll catch you on the next Deep Dive.